All right, so do it. Yep. Perfect. So I'm doing a quick review this day. I actually had a small losing day, only because there was two reasons. One, I was kind of tired, and two, I was kind of working and doing other stuff, trying to get my stuff ready. So I tried to take two quick trades. I ended up shorting them. The trade was right and the timing was off. So actually I took a winning trade here, but I got stocked out on the wicks. So that's what I teach you guys is important when you're trading something like this. Does anybody know why it's easier to short this on options than futures? Anybody? Y'all can put the answer. No. So, all right. Was anybody able to catch this move? Because for me, once we got to about here, this move was very obvious. Even though, like I said, I was kind of busy and not doing much trading today. Once we broke this, it was very obvious. So anybody at least see it? Nope, nobody. It's all good. So keep in mind, this move is like a 40-point drop. Even if we were to swing here, that's still a 30-point drop. This move alone can get you like 500–700%. Oh, good one. So yeah, first thing to notice, obviously, what I always talk about, the timing window. Where are we? NY kill zone, ground information. So remember, those are the two things more than anything that you need to be paying attention to that run the market. I used to say price and volume, but now, especially since, I've always been a pure price action trader, so scalp, I scalp strat, and then ICT, supply and demand, stuff like that. But now that I use ICT, I don't really use much volume outside of the spikes, but understanding price, which is going to be this axis, the Y, and then value. Time, the X axis. Why? Because this shows at specific times what's going to happen. So during the kill zone, the most important part people need to realize is the volatility kicks up. So every open, the volatility, kicks up. But also, this is another word for initial balance. And this is where your highs and lows are put in. So here you see they put in, they weren't locked, but they were put in. Expect a reversal. So if price comes above and then fails right outside the timing window, or doesn't fail but looks weak, you should expect a reversal. So when we go down to 5, see, wick. So we'll go to a 3. This right here. So even though I don't, or not that I don't, but this is a secret I'm gonna teach y'all. Let me see what I can call it. That way it's not giving that person's stuff away. Understand, even though ICT is mainly entry model and there's specific parameters, when you start seeing very aggressive wicks like this, these wicks always indicate a true reversal. So if you can see a wick like this that's more than twice a normal wick and it can line up with another, you can use that as a very easy entry, because this is showing that price has reached up so aggressively and sold off by bulk order. And you'll notice these wicks line up. And I know the best trader I know personally, or just in general, like one of the best traders I know, they trade primarily just off of this. They don't even really use much of, ICT's concepts. Look at that. That simple of a move could have helped you grab 40 points. Now, obviously, you're not going to know where to stop, or you're not going to know where price is going to stop, especially when stuff is hammering like this. The easy thing to do is to have potential low targets. So I messed up here because I knew that this was going to happen. So I shorted on futures. I think I shorted with like 2 contracts or one I got in late and I added. So I shorted and that was a winning trade, but then I had a losing trade that countered my winner. So I literally went break even. Then I took a trade here too late, and I ended up at the end of the trend. It reversed, it stopped me out. And to be honest, I could see it reversing, but this, like I said, it shows I'm not perfect. I saw it reversing. I knew, well, I didn't know it was reversing, but I assumed price was just pushing up. So I didn't want to stop myself out too early, because right here is where I did that. Price pushed up and I stopped myself only to try and get back in. So understanding when you see something like that, what's going on. So now, the easiest way what could have saved me was when I go to the 15 and I zoom out, there was no pivots. There was only this imbalance, but realize this imbalance area got rebalanced. So, even though I hate marking my charts, if I would have just marked that this was a BPR, it would have made me realize that, hey, this is balanced. There's not an imbalance, because what happens when price is imbalanced? When price runs through an imbalance, it tends to hesitate and stutter versus pivots. This was rebalanced. So it was almost like it's running through stops. So when we go down to the 5, you can see all these areas price just flew through, because price is only going to stop at the liquidity. It's rarely going to stop at an imbalance. So that could have been a perfect target right there. When you aim here, this 5-minute right here shows. What's that? That's your equal low. Equal low right there. Easy layup trade. I was aiming for down here, so I aimed a little too low. Really, I was aiming here, previous day low, but I was like, we're gonna stop this imbalance. But I aimed too low. That's why, like I said, it's always good. And once again, goes to show me or show you, even me, I'm not perfect. Sorry. People are blowing me up right now. When I measure this range, we go to 50% bear. Boom. Always use a 50%, because this is going to give you your first target to unload. So if you ever see this on my screen, which I put on a lot now, know what this actually means. That is somewhere I'm telling myself to unload half my profit. Unload or take off half my profit. Why? Because you have to have somewhere where you're collecting money. That way, if the trade comes against you, you're not break even. Because technically, if you were to short and then you didn't collect anything and it came all the way back, which obviously nobody can sit through that, but like you would lose significant versus locking in some profit and still walking away with like a 50% win, on whatever profit you made. So that's why it's always good to do that. It's going to help keep you grounded too, because I would have realized, which I knew at the moment, nobody's perfect, but the moment I entered it and it came, I looked and I was like, damn, when you rewind this, which is funny because my friend, he did this yesterday. Can anybody tell me what is wrong here with this setup with me shorting? It's something very, very noticeable now, but before, obviously it wasn't. Anybody? Just look at these candles. Anyone? Went for liquidation? Nope. Oh, that's an old one. Nope, not the wicks. It's something just to do with structure. Give up. We measure this range, remember. When you measure this range, look at this. 50%. What is that? Or actually, let me flip it. Like this. Yep. So now that we're in premium for shorts. So for loans, we're in discount. So loaning was a better trade here, which I knew loans were likely very soon. But even me, I'm not perfect. But just think about how sometimes, it's your entry, and other times it's just your trade. It's gonna be one or the other. This one, the entry was fine. The trade was just completely wrong because we did come lower, but this had already exhausted a full set of premium without ever making a market structure shift down. Swing high, swing low. It went this far, and there was no shift up. So understanding that would have shown, me right then and there, hey, I'm technically in extreme premium. And of course we came up. So that was the first one. And then the second one, I was just kind of busy and I took a short here and it was just slightly too late. I think it was like, I don't know, one of these candles, but I shorted just a little too late and contracts expired due to the data beta. If it was options, futures, I would have actually not lost, but I didn't want to trade futures because sometimes there's too much focus. So I really like to say it's really just understanding sometimes the timing. Timing is just so crucial. Oops. Timing is going to be super crucial at all times, but then where you are in the range. If I would have just looked to the left, but it's hard when you're trading sometimes because when I was trading, this is what I saw as we're trading. Price is coming down. If this isn't here, I'm just saying price paid. And I use this one as a higher time frame. When I look here, all I do see is a blank wall. But when I zoom in is when you'll see other pivots. Now, the main thing that did help me though, that stopped me from being completely wrong, I had a broad information and I had a major value imbalance. So I knew below this bearish, above it bullish. Have noticed how aggressively price flies above and below this imbalance every time. Flew up, down, up. Every time through this imbalance. Then it slowly painted in. So just know this simple imbalance you can use. You don't need nothing more complicated than that. It's a very basic, easy setup. So, all right. Any questions for today? Anything that y'all struggle with today before, my announcements? Another simple lesson that's going to make you money. It's really just about compounding those simple lessons until you fully have your own trading style and plan, to be honest. Yep. All right. So yeah, you guys now obviously are the quote unquote like graduated class. So now it's just gonna roll over to the people who want to stay will go to, continue and plan. Oh yeah, yep, called a VI and I watched. Yeah. See, I put VI, but I should have put value. I think I did write value balance, but I think I'm gonna make a post about it or something to make it simple or more, obvious. But that's the point. Okay, yeah. That's the point of Discord though, because I mean not Discord mentorship. Obviously, I can explain stuff in Discord or videos, but I can't explain every single detail like I can in a mentorship call. But yeah, so that's the thing. Mentorship, like I said, sorry, I've been really busy last 2 weeks after y'all were technically finished. with the back end work and trying to make sure the next class was more automated. And then make sure you guys had a system. So I have links if you guys want to go recurring. You guys can go recurring, and we're going to continue to do this Mondays, Wednesdays, be the same time, about 5 or whatever. But then I'm also, like I said, more focused for you guys since it's just continuing. You're just going to get a back end look at everything I do, like always. Morning, pre-market vid or a little meetup when I can, watch list, small play options, the whole 9 yards. Everything you've been getting in the mentorship, but now it's continuing since you guys already graduated. And we'll obviously talk how I normally talk and Q&A and whatever. And I mean, now you guys are getting more talkative. At first, you guys weren't talking to the group. You always have me 24/7, even when I'm not on a call. You can obviously email. I mean, not email. You can message the Telegram. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So definitely, yeah, I'll send you the link. I about to say, so for the ones who want, okay, perfect. Yeah, the people who want it, I think they said it's either 100 or 97 a month. But obviously, you can get your money worth. And yeah, if you guys don't worry, I'm not out for any type of way. It was great helping you guys and running this mentorship either way. So that's it. After this, like I said, the people who don't reply, I'm just gonna kick them out. And it's gonna just be us. Technically, it's better for y'all. People do leave because now y'all got technically like you have me with fewer people. But like I said, the main 11 people in here don't really talk much anyways. So, yep. Any questions for me, guys? Any questions at all? If not, I'm gonna bounce out. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I'll be DMing you guys the link, okay? So each of you guys, I'll send a DM and we'll get it started. I'm gonna wait though, like I said, I'm gonna wait till everybody responds and then I'll send the link. So don't worry. Like, but by this weekend, like I have to go out of town Friday, but I still have my phone no matter what. So this weekend you'll see people leaving because I'm kicking them from my phone. So all right, take care, guys.